Hello and welcome to Revenge of the Egghead. Let us meet the 5 contestants hoping to get one over on CJ today.
I'm Claire, I'm a paramedic from Brentwood.
I'm Jason, I'm a content author for the NHS website and I'm from Southampton.
I'm Neil, I'm a computing graduate and I'm from Glasgow.
I'm Heather, I'm a housewife from Sidcup.
I'm Dave, I'm a bank manager from Essex.
So, welcome and good luck to all of you. Now, as you know, in order to win any money today, you will need to outsmart CJ Demouy. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling very perky. I hope Pinky doesn't get jealous.
You are, I know, learning lists, and today it is what?
One of those little tedious things that comes up time and time again, baby animals.
So, like cub and so on?
Cub, calf, all of those.
Right, they get very obscure, do they? I mean, what is spider, for example?
That's one of the really silly ones. It's a spiderling.
Spiderling?
Spiderling, yeah.
OK, let me try and choose a really obscure one. Platypus.
Platypus is a puggle.
Oyster?
Oh, come on, you know that one. Everyone knows that one. It's a spat.
As you can see, he's in a good mood, everyone. Hope you're looking forward to this. Let's get started. Contestants, here's how it works. None of you know each other, but you will be building up a prize fund together by individually answering general knowledge questions. Each correct answer will add £200 to the pot. But be very careful, because if CJ knows your answer is wrong, he can stop play like this. So the big red buzzer goes off. And then once he's caught you out, he has the chance to ask you one of his particularly wicked questions, which he's written himself. If you get it wrong, you lose one of the lives lit up in front of you, and if you lose them both, you are out of the game. Whoever survives to the end of the game will have a shot at sharing the prize money. All right? Sounds like fun?
Oh, yes.
Let's begin. Claire, we start with you. Which company made the DB5 car famously driven by James Bond?
Aston Martin.
Correct. £200 in the bank. Great start. OK, Jason, what is the surname of the family with whom Paddington Bear lives?
Brown.
Correct. £400. He hates that when you go on a streak. He can't get in. OK, your question...
2 questions is hardly a streak.
At least let's think positive. Don't let him put you off. Neil, play passes to you. In which century did the Mayflower famously carry the Pilgrims from England to the New World?
18...
Wait, you can't buzz that early. He hadn't even finished the number.
He said 18.
He did say 18.
And 8 is completely wrong anyway.
What is it?
The year was 1620, so it's the 17th century.
Yes, CJ is right. Neil, you're wrong, I'm afraid. But don't worry, nothing very bad has happened yet. You've still got your 2 lives. However, you'll have to take on one of his questions on the hot spot and risk losing a life. It is time to face the Egghead. So here's how it works, Neil. CJ has been up late at night writing these dastardly questions. He's put all the options together in a particularly unpleasant way, and he's going to try and get one of your lives off you now.
Neil, a nice easy one to get you going, or at least get one of your lives going.
Thank you.
What colour is the gemstone peridot? Green, red, blue, purple.
That is a stinker.
OK, sounds like it's a warm colour, so I'm going to rule out green and blue. And red would seem a bit obvious. So therefore, I'm going to have to go with purple.
Peridot is a warm colour and it's purple, CJ. Come on.
It's green.
Oh, dear. Please return to your fellow players, Neil. Neil had to take out one of your lives. You are on £400. Here is your question, Heather. Which knighted actor stars as Alan in the romantic comedy Last Tango in Halifax?
Derek... I'm sorry, I can't think of his name.
It's Derek Jacobi.
Derek Jacobi is the right answer. You did know that before she said Derek, didn't you?
I did, but thank you for the help anyway.
Heather, because you got it wrong and he got it right, he can ask you one of his questions on the hot spot. It is time to face the Egghead.
Heather, the artist René Magritte is most associated with which artistic movement? Dadaism, Impressionism, Surrealism, Cubism.
I'm going to go for Impressionism.
The correct answer is Surrealism.
I'm sorry, Heather. Not out yet, though. Please return to your fellow players. So, Heather, I know it's painful. We have to take your life away. Got one left. You got £400. Dave, your question. Random Access Memories is a 2013 album by which band?
Blink 182.
Blink 182.
Daft Punk.
Yeah, not Blink 182. It is Daft Punk, as CJ has said. He's done a correct challenge. Again, he's done 3 in a row here. He's going to get you to the hotspot. It is time to take on the Egghead. CJ, what are you thinking? A bank manager will know about lots of things.
Yes, selfishness, cruelty.
Oh, we're talking about me, not you.
Don't make it worse.
Fine, on to the very hard questions. Dave, Marfona and Russet Burbank are varieties of which food? Tomato, grape, apple, potato.
Gut thing that come into my mind is up there. Doesn't mean it's right, of course, but I'm going to go with potato.
The correct answer is potato.
Well done, Dave.
So I guess I did well.
You did well. He won't appreciate that, but you have done very well. Please return to your fellow players. So you were on the hot spot and you got away with it. You faced him down on one of his own questions. Well done.
Thank you.
You got £400 amassed. Back to you, Claire. The country of Andorra is located in which mountain range?
Pyrenees?
Pyrenees is correct. Another £200. 600. Jason, who became Secretary of State for Education in 2010?
Theresa Russell.
Theresa Russell.
Well, first of all, making up names doesn't help. I think it might be Jeremy Gove.
No, wrong name. You got confused yourself.
Oh, so...
Michael Gove, isn't it?
You looked at me and you thought of Michael Gove, but we can't accept that. How about that, Jason?
Free pass.
Free pass. All right, Michael Gove it was.
I knew the answer, I just completely forgot it. Went out of my head, so I'm sorry.
So here we are. Jason, no money for that, though. You're still on 600. Neil, your question. The African Victoria Falls are on which river?
The Ganges.
The Ganges.
Jeez! Different continent!
I was going to say Mississippi, but...
I'll stick with Zambezi and see where that gets me.
Yeah, Zambezi is the right answer, Neil. You're going to be called to the hot spot again, I'm afraid. Where is the Ganges? Just tell us.
India.
India. It's a little way away. And don't worry, you can get out of this intact. It is time to take on the Egghead. So you've been a student for quite a while, Neil.
Yes, it was close to a decade.
And frankly, I'm not surprised he was a student for 10 years, considering how many questions he's got right so far. Neil, which famous film prop was sold at auction in 2013 for over $4 million? Red shoes, Maltese falcon, African queen, the 7-year itch dress.
So you have to get this right to stay in, Neil. You have the one life left and CJ is trying to strip it off you. Don't let him in any way unsettle you here.
I'm struggling here.
We're shocked.
I shall go for the Maltese falcon.
Right, the Maltese falcon to stay in the game. The stakes are high. CJ.
It's the Maltese falcon.
Well done to you, Neil.
Yes.
Please return to your fellow players. You're still in. Now, what is the Maltese falcon? A statue or what?
Yes, just a little statue from the Humphrey Bogart film.
OK. Did you know that? Was it?
I thought it was a chocolate.
Yeah. That's not going to help CJ's mood. OK, we're on £600. Your question, Heather. Which actress has starred in the films Doubt, Enchanted, The Fighter, and Man of Steel?
Amy Adams?
Amy Adams is the right answer. Another £200, up to 800. Dave, who famously said, "Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country" in 1961?
John F. Kennedy.
John F. Kennedy it was in his inaugural address. Another £200, up to 1,000. OK, Claire, back to you. How old was Adrian Mole in the title of his first diary?
12 3/4.
12 3/4. Well, that is very precise. Is it right?
13 3/4.
13 3/4 is the answer. Well, you haven't yet been called to the hotspot. You've been doing very well. But I'm afraid now it is time to take on the Egghead.
No problem.
All right, good luck here.
Thank you.
Claire, the Gabba is a famous sports ground in which city? Brisbane, Melbourne, Sydney, Adelaide.
I haven't got a clue, if I'm honest.
Would you like to pass then?
No, I'm not going to do that, no. I'm going to have a stab in the dark, I think, because I have absolutely no idea. So I will go for Melbourne.
Is she right?
It's Brisbane.
Oh.
It's Brisbane. I'm sorry, Claire, you're going to lose a life. Please return to your fellow players. All right, £1,000. Not doing badly. Jason, you were so lucky last time. Here's your question. What is the popular name for the RAF aerobatics display team?
The Red Arrows.
Red Arrows is correct. 1,200. Neil, which British Prime Minister was born in Canada in 1858?
Get that buzzer ready. Edward Heath.
Was it him, CJ?
It's Andrew Bonar.
It was Andrew Bonar, who was the only one born outside the British Isles. Neil, I'm sorry. Neil, you have to go to the hot spot and take on the Egghead.
I'm getting used to this.
Well, listen, you did well last time, Neil, but you have only got one life left. If you lose it now, you'll be gone.
Been here before, haven't we, Neil?
A few times.
Which fictional character lives at Scatterbrook Farm? Wurzel Gummidge, Mrs. Tiggywinkle, Black Beauty, Pa Larkin.
Okay, Black Beauty was a horse. And
He's
horses...
good, isn't he?
Yeah. Wurzel Gummidge, I think, was a farmer, so I'll go with Wurzel Gummidge.
Let's hope you stay in here, Neil. You've got one life left. CJ, is he right or is he out?
It's Wurzel Gummidge.
You've done it again. Well done. Please return to your fellow players. Wurzel Gummidge, I think, is a scarecrow, is he?
Yes, played by John Pertwee.
Well done, Neil. You've only got one life left, but you are still very much in the game. £1,200 you're on. Heather, Mama Morton and Amos Hart are characters in which musical?
Chicago.
Chicago is correct. £200 more, 1,400. Dave, Brontosaurus is an obsolete name for which dinosaur?
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Tyrannosaurus Rex?
Diplodocus.
Diplodocus? I don't never know how you
I always
pronounce it.
pronounce it Diplodocus.
Wrong anyway. Apatosaurus it is. So, Dave, you were buzzed on there, but he got it wrong as well, so you don't have to go to the hot spot. Okay. However, you make no extra money. £1,400 we're on. Claire, we're back with you. One life left. Hang on in there. In a rainbow, which colour is between red and yellow?
Orange.
Orange is correct. £200, up to 1,600. Jason, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang is a book by which author?
Beatrix Potter.
Beatrix Potter, why are you laughing?
Just a lovely image, isn't it? Ian Fleming.
Well, Ian Fleming is almost more unlikely. The James Bond author wrote Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, but he did, which means CJ's right and Jason, you were wrong. It's time to face the Egghead. You've avoided this so far.
Got a bit lucky.
CJ?
Jason, what is measured in units called octas? Chilli heat, insulation, cloud cover, purity of gold.
I don't know the answer, so I'm going to just go with chili heat.
CJ?
The correct answer is cloud cover.
Cloud cover is measured in octas, Jason. I'm sorry, please return to your team. So, Jason, you lose a life. Dave, you've still got everyone else down to one life. Neil, you already look as if you're bracing for the hot spot. Here is your question. Paramaribo is the capital of which country?
Not a chance.
The Democratic Republic.
Of?
Gonna go with Congo.
Congo, capital Paramaribo.
Suriname.
Suriname is the right answer. I'm afraid you've got to go to the hot spot again. It is time to face the Egghead. It's your fourth time on the hot spot. Whatever you say, you may laugh at him, CJ. He's playing very well.
The consolation is it's only when he's here he's got a question right.
Well, that's enough.
Neil, blackstrap is a variety of which foodstuff? Tea, molasses, rice, yeast.
I'll go with tea.
All right. Let's just say here, before you give the answer, CJ, that if you got this wrong, Neil, you will no longer be in the contest, so fingers crossed.
The answer is molasses.
I thought you were going to get that. You survived brilliantly, but unfortunately that was your last life. So thank you for playing, but you are out of the game and out of the money. The Egghead has taken his revenge. 4 of you left. Means there's more money to share at the end, but fewer brains in the final. Okay, Heather. Which American mathematician born in 1928 was awarded the Nobel Prize in Economics in 1994 for his work in the field of game theory?
I just have no idea, I'm sorry.
CJ.
Well, there are only 2, but I think this one's Milton Friedman.
Absolutely wrong. It's John Nash. And he's the guy portrayed in A Beautiful Mind.
It's Beautiful Mind, isn't he?
Remember that Russell Crowe film?
Yeah.
That was him. So you've got it wrong, but he got it wrong as well, Heather, so he doesn't call you out. You just don't make any money with that answer. £1,600. Dave, Room 101, The Thought Police and Big Brother all feature in which book?
1984.
1984 is correct. Another 200. You're up to £1,800. Claire, Roy Shearer Jr. was the original name of which actor who appeared in the films Giant and Magnificent Obsession?
Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro.
Kurt Malden?
No. Rock Hudson it was, but you're spared because CJ got it wrong as well. You're creaking a bit here after your early display of strong-headedness, CJ.
Still,
So
it's Jason to come, so we're fine.
Jason, which England football manager was compared to a turnip in a newspaper headline?
Graham Taylor.
Graham Taylor is correct. We've broken through 2,000. 4 of you left. Heather, gravlax and lox are types of food traditionally made with which type of fish?
Salmon?
Salmon is correct. Another 200. 2,200. Dave, your question. Lindsay Vonn is a leading competitor in which sport?
Javelin.
Javelin. Lindsay Vonn.
She's a downhill skier.
She is indeed a skier, so CJ is right. Dave, you're wrong. It is time to take on the Egghead.
I really would like to get one of those lives off, Dave. Which British scientist also represented Cambridge University in Parliament? Michael Faraday, John Herschel, Isaac Newton, Humphrey Davy.
It's complete guess, Michael Faraday.
Faraday, CJ.
The answer is Isaac Newton.
Dave, do return to your fellow players. I take one of your lives away. £2,200. Not playing badly at all after a couple of bumps in the road. Our paramedic now. Oh, no time for the next question. So, 4 of you have survived to play in the final. You've built up a prize pot of £2,200, and you now have the chance to take that money home. There is one problem. You've got to beat the Egghead. So there is £2,200 up for grabs, and 4 of you left. If you can prove yourselves better than CJ, you'll win that money. But he is going to do everything he can to stop you. I'm going to ask CJ 10 general knowledge questions. However many he answers correctly will become your target to beat. Are you ready, CJ?
Yes, Jeremy.
You're not worried by this team who've shown some resilience here?
I'd have been happier to get one more of them out, but 4 lives left should be doable.
OK, let's play. Your questions come first, 10 of them. Here's the first question. The House of the Rising Sun was a UK #1 hit single in 1964 for which band?
The Animals.
The Animals is correct. 1 out of 1. Carol II, who abdicated in 1940, was king of which country?
There are 2 countries which use carol quite frequently, and that's, as it was then, Czechoslovakia, but the more likely option is Poland. Don't know, but I'll try Poland.
It's wrong. Romania. 1 out of 2. Next question. Nuuk, or as it is also known, Gotthard, is a town on which island?
Greenland.
Greenland is correct. 2 out of 3. Which actress won an Oscar for her role in the film My Cousin Vinny?
I believe her name is Marissa Tomei.
Marissa Tomei is quite right. 3 out of 4. He's good, isn't he? Which island was awarded a George Cross in April 1942 in recognition of the gallantry of its inhabitants during the war?
Malta.
Malta is correct. 4 out of 5. Next question. Which member of the Monty Python team died in 1989?
Graham Chapman.
Graham Chapman it was. 5 out of 6. Salisbury Plain is in Hampshire, and which other English county?
Wiltshire.
I don't know how you've got that right, but you have. So you're 6 out of 7. What is the title of Beethoven's only completed opera?
Yes, he wrote it in honour of Napoleon and then actually withdrew the dedication when he found out what Napoleon was up to. Fidelio.
Fidelio's correct. 7 out of 8. Lucky Jim is a book by which author?
Kingsley Amis.
Kingsley Amis is correct. Father of Martin. 8 out of 9. Last question for you, CJ. What river is formed by the confluence of the Tigris and the Euphrates?
Couldn't be the River Jordan, could it? I suppose it could be. It's right geographically. Don't know this. I'll try the Jordan.
Interesting. In all your questions, it's place names that have caused the most trouble. Romania, Wiltshire. And this answer is Shat al-Arab. Shat al-Arab is the answer, not Jordan. One day you're going to have to get out a map and have a look at it. But you've done well, all the same. You've got 8 out of 10, CJ. Claire, Jason, Heather and Dave, you've now got your target and you can work together as a team to beat it. You've got 4 lives. If you give me a wrong answer, I'll take one of them out. What you've got to do is get beyond CJ's target of 8 before all your lives are gone. If you do that, you win £2,200. Shall we play?
Yeah.
Here we go. The film The Last Emperor refers to the emperor of which country?
China.
Is it China for definite?
Yeah, China. Yeah.
That's what I go for.
Yeah, China.
China.
China is the right answer. Well done. First point to you. Which American is credited with the invention of the lightning conductor?
That's got to be, is it Benjamin Franklin, isn't it? Didn't he do all that with
Yeah.
electric?
Benjamin Franklin.
Yeah.
Benjamin Franklin.
Benjamin Franklin is correct. Is he the one with the key on the kite and all
I think
that?
he was, yeah.
Benjamin Franklin. 2 points to you. You're chasing CJ's 8. The original vinyl version of which 1970s Rolling Stones album featured a working zipper on its cover?
I haven't got a clue.
I think it's Sticky Fingers, that's the only one.
I'd go for the Orn or my one, but I don't know which
What
one
was
it
your
is.
one?
Gimme Shelter.
What era was that?
That's what I don't know, so I don't. If you think it, I'd go with your one because I don't know the answer. I'm just guessing.
I'm not 100% though, but...
I think Sticky Things will try that.
Okay. Sticky Fingers.
Sticky Fingers is the right answer. So you've got 3. Hey, what about this? You were looking so cocky there, CJ. You've got 3 out of 3 now. Very solid. The Blue Peter flag represents which letter of the alphabet in maritime signals?
It wouldn't be B or P, would it? Is that too simple?
Is it too simple to be
I think
BP?
it might be blue in colour, so maybe it's P.
Because it's the Blue Peter.
Yeah, go
Yeah,
with
I
P
reckon P
then.
is good.
Yeah.
That's a
I'll
good
just
shout.
shout. Yeah,
Yeah,
go for that.
go
Go for
with
that.
P,
The best
yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
P.
You've never met before today.
No.
You're playing very well as a team. It is P. Jean, a very good job of playing as a team. 4 out of 4. You can see you didn't expect that. And still all your lives heading for £2,200. You've got to get past CJ's total of 8. Noah Cross, played by John Huston, is a villain in which 1974 film?
I can't even place John Huston.
It wouldn't be something like Chinatown, would
Yeah,
it?
probably
Like
would
a
be something like that,
Polanski
yeah.
kind of...
Mid-70s, yeah. Go with
Guess
that
for
then,
Chinatown?
Chinatown.
You got it right. Wow. Brilliant. Chinatown it is.
Come on.
Great quizzing. 5 out of 5. Nevsky Prospect is the main street in which Russian city?
I don't know, I mean...
No, absolutely no idea.
I
I
would
mean,
just...
the logical one is Moscow, isn't it? That's
Yeah,
the logical
or St.
answer.
I don't know,
But
that's too obvious.
too
Or
obvious,
St.
yeah.
Petersburg.
Yeah.
Heather's got one of the ones right. Might as
Come
well
on,
go
what's
St.
your gut on
Peter's.
it?
St. Petersburg, but I don't
The
know.
gut is St. Peters, yeah.
But I don't know.
Petersburg.
Yeah.
Why not?
Go for
Try
it.
it.
St. Petersburg.
St. Petersburg is the right answer. Don't know what you're doing, Heather, but it's working. Okay. Still Still got your 4 lives. You have to get past 8. Who wrote the novel Psycho, which Alfred Hitchcock later adapted into a film?
Is it the same person that wrote 39 Steps?
John Buchan.
John Buchan.
Did he write
I think I went to see 39 Steps in theatre the other day, and they made references
Oh,
to.
I'll go with John
Oh, then
Buchan.
go for it then.
Go with
Yeah.
John
Got no
Buchan.
other
I don't know.
reference.
You go for it, yeah.
John Buchan.
It's not John Buchan.
Oh, unlucky.
This was Robert Bloch.
No, wouldn't have known that.
Sorry.
Now, at long last, you lose a life after your 6 points. OK, 3 lives left. You just got to get 3 more. Which Australian Prime Minister went for a swim in December 1967 and was never seen again?
Oh, that was John Stone. No, was he the Prime Minister? John Stonehouse? I don't know.
Yeah. John Stonehouse.
2 stories confused there,
Yeah,
CJ.
that's a British minister. Harold somebody.
Harold Holt is the name. You lose a life. You're down to 2 lives. Come on, guys. 3 more correct answers get you the money. Which comedian was born Arthur Stanley Jefferson in the north of England in 1890?
Stanley Laurel, I would guess. Yeah, should we try that?
Yeah. Stanley Laurel.
Stan Laurel is correct.
Amazing.
All right, now this is interesting. You're on 7. CJ was on 8. You've got to get past him. You've got to get to 9. You've got to get 2 right answers. 2 lives left. Which king of England was one of the so-called princes in the tower?
Oh,
Was it one of the Edwards?
it would have been Edward V because his dad was the 4th. Is that all right?
Yeah, Edward V. Edward V.
Is she right? Edward V is the right answer. Well done! Wow. 8 against 8, and he never thought this was going to happen, did he? Think carefully now. 1 more correct answer wins you £2,200. In which film did Marlon Brando play the role of Terry Malloy?
Oh, I think it's either On the Waterfront, or it could be Streetcar Named Desire. He was Stanley, I think.
So, do you know the other one for definite then? On the waterfront?
I don't know. I'm just going with a vague knowledge somewhere, but I couldn't. Be
Well, you've
100%.
I haven't got a
well
clue.
so far, so
No
point,
On the
Chris.
Waterfront then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. On the waterfront.
Your answer is On the Waterfront. If you have got it wrong, you will lose a life. You'll be down to 1 life. If you've got it right, you will have pulled past CJ and won £2,200. The correct answer is On the Waterfront. Wow!
Excellent.
So you got 9 right out of 12. What a storming performance. OK, well done. You've taken the money. You've beaten CJ's target. You take home the jackpot of £2,200. I didn't think that was going to happen. That was amazing. Brilliant quizzing. Join us next time when CJ will be doing his best to right the wrong he will feel was done today, restore his pride and crush another 5 contestants on Revenge of the Egghead. Goodbye.